what's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. I am the Toy Sheik, and I have been out for a while. I was sick, missed work, slept a lot, watched a ton of movies. So we're just going to show off my haul that I've gotten over the past little bit. This isn't all recent or whatnot. There's a lot of cool stuff in there. Another Grail acquired until I'm all the way better so I can get working on the next video for you guys. You guys will like it coming up. But today we're going to check out some really cool things. Let me know which ones you guys like. And let's go. So we're going to start with the new. These things came in not long ago. I was fortunate enough to get it before it sold out. Adding to my motuorigins collection, we do have the Mattel Creations Rock-On. There was like shipping problems with this for international customers. Apparently it's kind of fragile and people have been getting them breaking in their hands. But this figure looks really great. Another addition to complete the retro line of vintage figures. We're trying to do the whole run, and they're cranking them out now. They're trying to get that line done. I don't know why. They have so many lines. Mattel has so many new figures that have been released, just recently shown for the 2024 line. So many good things. I'm going to try to get a ton of pieces if possible. I've already missed out on figures that have come out. I need to get caught up with this line, but it is really, really great. I love the collector-friendly packaging. The artwork on it is always awesome on all of these. You can slide this out, play with the figure, put it back in if you like. I was a little perplexed by the fact that this didn't have the hang tab in it. I'm like, why wouldn't you do that? But inside of the baggie with the mini comic, you do have the punch tab. You can put it in there. So, good, smart thinking there, Mattel. You got me back. I was like, why the hell did you do that? And you tricked me. So you appeal to all customers. This piece is really, really awesome. Very pricey now because Mattel just doesn't understand what the origins. I know they're trying to keep like the demand or something. I don't know. But another origins figure I was finally able to find in Walmart, and that is going to be the Flock Mossman Walmart exclusive for this line. This figure is amazing. I wish I was able to get a couple of them. I only saw it at one of my Walmarts, and it was a random Walmart. They got 9 of them. They wanted $40. I was like, I'm not paying $40 for this figure. That's too much. I waited it out. Luckily, no one bought them until they dropped down to $25, and then saw 4 left on the shelf. And I was kind of waiting until they got clearance them down a little bit less. And I went, and then 2 days later, the dang things, when I went back, they were gone, and the tag on the shelf said $11, and they were all sold out. So this one is still unpunched. These look great. Like I said, I wish I had another one to open up, but whenever you open Mossman, he always gets so fuzzy everywhere and dust on him and stuff. And he does smell like pine, but I believe in these ones not for too long. I love the sneak peeks they show off on these artworks and whatnot of figures to come. This one has a figure we haven't seen, and this one has, it looks like the Filmation Leech and Hordak, which I definitely, did we ever get Modulok? Can't remember. But all those figures are going to be coming eventually. We need them all. They're amazing. Great additions to the Motu collection. I need to get caught up, but there's so many awesome stuff coming out, and no one has money. So hopefully one day I'll get them all. Let's get into some of the older stuff, because that is all the new stuff I've gotten. I have gotten a few other awesome things to show off to you guys, but I'm saving those for videos that just recently came in. They are some modern things, and they are chef's kiss. But right now we're getting to another one of chef's handiworks. We're talking about the old school variety, and this shit is amazing. All right, so this figure, for all the Godzilla fans out there, Godzilla Kong in theaters right now. Heard it's a jam. Very, very fun sit through. So excited to finally see that. Always been a Godzilla fan, and I always had this as a kid. I've always wanted it. Maybe you guys remember them. They are the Sparky Friction Monsters. In Japan, they're by Takara. I believe these ones are, when I search, that's what comes up. But I do not see Takara on here at all. There's also no date of production. I couldn't find that online as well. They're from the 80s. I want to say they're like 85. I had this when I was really, really small. I do not know the names of all the characters. I believe this is Gigan. And then there's Kong, there's Godzilla. All I know them by for this line are the numbers, because when I'm searching for them, that's what you gotta look. So this is number 303, and I really want 309, which I had as a kid, the blue monster, and I was always like, what the hell is this thing? I always hated it. I wound up selling both these figures during the first run. This card is open, so I was able to get him out of there. I didn't know that was the case when I Bought it online. It was only 20 bucks to get him, and he kind of varies on price. You could pay more than 20 bucks just for him loose. And a Sparky friction monster is one of the ones you would roll back and sparks would fly out like you're lighting a lighter. But unfortunately, even though this one's on the card, it doesn't freaking spark, and that was the whole reason I bought the damn thing. One, because I wanted this figure because I remember having it as a kid, but I really wanted to do the spark thing, and it doesn't work, so that kind of killed it. As well as it feels very plasticky. It is in perfect condition. It doesn't seem like it was used or anything. Maybe the flint just dried out, but it feels different. It could be a copy of a copy. In Japan, these came out. They're probably originals. They remade them. This looks like something that was at the dollar store or whatnot. So who knows? Super small. Don't remember it being this small either. But you know, I'm an adult now, so that's what it is. It just sucks. The sparks don't come out. I really wanted to see that. I really want 309. I want the blue monster, and he does not come up. I've been searching for this for a couple of years now. Like I said, it was only like 20 bucks, so I thought I'd give it a chance. And that little vintage member berry did not live up to expectations. That's probably why I sold him during the first run. I just wish I would have kept the blue monster. I'll probably get the blue monster. I'll think the same damn thing. Like, this is so stupid, but hopefully he sparks and he'll win me over. Bam! Thank you. Welcome to the collection, Gigon. You are a disappointment, but we will still accept you in our community. All right, to get into the juicy, this next little lot here we're going to show off. I didn't actually pay for this. I mean, I guess in a way I did, since I had a short box of comic books that I couldn't sell forever on eBay, Facebook, whatever. $500 worth of comic books. All variant covers from like 2019 to 2021. During that time, complete waste of money. Just like Funkos, just a complete waste of money. All of them that I bought during that time. The Funkos and the comic books. Just a waste of freaking money of modern stuff. So, very, very excited about that. I decided to take it to a comic book shop. Would you like to guess how much $500 worth of modern comic books will give you? Hey, Bob, won't you come on down? It's going to be $60 freaking dollars is how much it was. And I needed that money to pay a bill. Kind of hoping for... And I had given a very low estimate on the books, like $1 a book or whatnot. And I was only hoping to maybe get like 130. So that was a freaking fail. And I didn't take it after a week of still not selling it because my local comic book shop, which is amazing, I haven't gone in there in a very, very long time, just to avoid spending any money at all. And of course they had so many good toys sprinkled throughout, which is amazing for a comic book shop. That's what I love about it, is because like people go there for a comic book, so there's just like tons of like awesome toy gems that no one like picks up. Love it, love it, love it. So I could get $100 in store credit if I'd like. And so since I couldn't sell them after a week, I came back and took that $100 credit, picked up a couple pieces to finally complete a ton of sets and a Grail I've wanted my entire life. So, very, very excited. Let's start with 1994 Spider-Man Animated Series by Toy Biz. One of the best cartoons of all time as well. But back then, oh man, I was glued to the TV every Saturday watching Spider-Man. And these figures were the quintessential versions of these characters growing up. But they still are to me. Obviously, there's better versions made. But this is the best Venom, and this is the best Carnage. I do have them loose as well. I needed to get these on card to complete. I'm very selective of the figures I do need for Spider-Man Animated. I have a small collection of figures that I specifically want from here. I do have Spidey of this to complete the trifecta. Also why I need the Mondo versions of all of these to complete the evolution, if you will. But these figures are really, really awesome. They're $20 for this one, $25 for him. It's about right for both the prices. I would say Carnage is more so around like $20. Back during COVID time, though, definitely these were like $50 figures. So prices have definitely come back to normal. But I love this Carnage, and it's nice to finally complete all of them. They do release the new line of these figures, Spider-Man Animated Series, on these new style cards. They're a little bit bigger. They look the same color, everything. If you haven't seen them, they're amazing figures. I am selective of those ones since I do have vintage ones. I got to complete my whole like setup in my head. You know, it's modern and vintage, and it looks really awesome. So, vintage line though, done, son. Put a stamp on it. That shit is done. Pow. And now time for the piece de resistance. This is the reason we all came. This piece was sitting behind the glass Grail of Grails for my G.I. Joe collection. right here, baby, is going to be 1984 Baroness. Oh! Dude, so, like every single show I've ever gone to, I look for Baroness. And she's either gone or she's really expensive. Comes with a file card, all that stuff too. I love this file card. I always wanted this figure carded. Very, very expensive. I think like $400 to $600. So this figure was $70. And like I said, when I go to the shows, it's always around like... Actually, I think it's more. I think it's like 80 something. And I only wanted to pay 60. But when I do find them for 60, they're really like messed up. So this one is complete. And she is really, really nice paint. Looks really, really good. She has a little bit loose on the O-ring, but it is all still fine. Arms and stuff are solid. Everything. Face looks perfect. This figure definitely looks better in person than in like pictures. The face and whatnot always looks like so derpy and whatnot, but she looks really, really good. She does have her rifle and her little backpack, which is super tiny. A little Cobra backpack. Definitely lose this. Man, this figure right here. I have a lot of G.I. Joe figures, but this is... I mainly collect Baroness. I always have. I pretty much like... I have all the cool versions I want of her, but I didn't have the vintage version. And she's definitely the only G.I. Joe I really did ever need. I did want her carded, but I do have the retro carded Hasbro version that came out a couple years ago. So that might work unless one day I find one that's not too cheap. That's not too cheap. That's not too expensive. I would like to get her... oh man, I just would like to get her in a acrylic. I really like when they have like all the weapons just perfect. For just specific figures that are like my favorite, I like to have in that. That way I can play with them and just look. They just look so cool like that to me. But man, this figure is awesome. Who doesn't like Baroness? God damn it, she's sexy as shit. Not this figure, obviously, but the character. She's wearing a skin. She's like dominatrix, skin tight leather. Oh, spy. Go ahead. What's it? Russian spy. She's just. She can do some nasty things to me. She can do some nasty things to me. What's up, Baroness? I am so excited to have this figure. Finally. But also, I will point out that they had freaking a straight arm Snake Eyes first release. I think that one's like 1982. I never seen one in real life. That was the first time I ever saw Snake Eyes. And it is amazing. I never wanted any other figure besides Baroness, but when I saw Snake Eyes, I was like, I gotta have them. And I have like most of the collection of G.I. Joe figures, but I don't have Snake Eyes. Or Cobra Commander with the hood, actually. Those are two figures I would want. I don't need them because I have Baroness, but I actually kind of do need the Snake Eyes now. He's $80. I'm hoping I can find some other comics to trade in because ever since I saw him, I was like, I need him. He has like this aura about him because he's such like a famous vintage figure, especially for the G.I. Joe line. But definitely if you're thinking of like top vintage figures of all time, definitely that Snake Eyes is going to come up. Being such a basic concept that they created, it's such an iconic figure, and maybe just the stigma around it and whatnot. But when I saw that figure, I was like, wow, I can understand why this figure is so cool. It legit feels and looks like a vintage figure, and I definitely wanted to. And he's black. He looks perfect next to this Baroness. So I'm going to get that figure. I don't think anyone's going to buy it, especially for that price. Maybe. If not, I'm going to search for him one of these days. So I'm so excited to have this Baroness. Grail acquired! G.I. Joe vintage. Should we put a stamp on it? It's like my Grail that I was hunting for to complete that line is stamped and done, but I ain't gonna put a stamp on it. It's done, son. Vintage. Finish that one. I don't need another vintage one, but I am gonna still get some other vintage figures to round it out. But she's what I needed. I got a nice little Baroness collection I can set up and whatnot. So I don't know. I mean, to get a carded one of her would be super awesome. So very, very cool. Very, very excited. Nice little haul. That was an interesting trade. Those comics might have cost me $500. Very, expensive woman. But that was are. So there you go. Very nice. If you guys want to learn about a lot of these vintage lines, figures that maybe you've forgotten about, I always love picking up my Tomart's action figure guide. These are old. It is A through Z, all the lines. Every toy line, pretty much. Not all of them, but most of them. Little sub ones will be missing here and there, but you can kind of get a nice little memory jog of stuff you're missing, especially for the small lines that maybe you had and forgot. You will find out in these. Black and white pictures as well as colored. I have read these books so many times. I have studied them to learn all the different toy lines. It is freaking crazy. And then looking through here, it'll make you just want everything, which you cannot do. I've tried that for many years, and now I have just given up. But those books are amazing. And they help you, they help me do research and help me remember things that I need to go find. So, we have the internet now. We can use that as well. But if you don't know what to search for on the internet, then when are you going to know what to look for, right? Right. So that was really fun, really awesome haul. Like I said, man, times have changed. There's no money anymore. You can't get anything. It's such a small little table. They're all crucial pieces now. That's what's awesome about it. You don't get quantity, you get quality, if you will. Although I just wish I could get more quantity because there's so many things I'm missing out on modern-wise. The good thing about vintage, you get these, they're done. Then it's just the modern crap I gotta go after, and they're just piling up, and I'll never catch up, and then they'll be vintage, and I'll be trying to collect those. So that's what it goes. So, yeah, man, let me know which one were your guys' favorites, who you liked, who you had as a kid, or who you have now. Who you search for? You like the Baroness? Who you pick? You want that vintage? Or you want that modern? I actually think this figure is more expensive now than this figure is loose, which is freaking crazy. It's a classic freaking figure. Anyways, if you got some value out of this video, please smash that like button. Please come back for more. If you did, hit that subscribe button. But most importantly, hit that like button because it does help to spread the channel out there. You know how it goes. No one watches it, so we want as many as we can. So it doesn't crush my heart each time that no one watches the freaking videos. So until next time, I'll see you guys then. I'm Toy Chic Mad Love. Geek out. See you guys soon.